The first light of Mars creeps slowly across the horizon, spilling through the thick reinforced glass of the colony's habitat modules. A soft reddish glow paints the metallic walls, reflecting off polished floors and illuminating the floating dust particles in the air. The quiet hum of life support systems fills every room, the steady whir of air circulation, the gentle click of pressure regulators, the faint hiss of recycled oxygen, a rhythm that feels almost like a heartbeat. Each sound, small and constant, reminds the colonists of the fragile balance keeping them alive. As the day begins, colonists move through the corridors with a deliberate calm. Some carry data tablets, their eyes scanning fluctuations in oxygen and energy levels. Others adjust panels and valves, hands steady, voices barely above whispers. Each motion is careful, precise. Here, even the smallest mistake could ripple outward, disrupting the delicate ecosystem of the habitat. The corridors themselves seem alive, red lights tracing along the ceiling, metallic walls echoing footsteps, faint vibrations beneath the floor signaling distant machinery at work. In the communal kitchen, the smell of rehydrated breakfast pouches mixes with the sharp aroma of strong coffee. Colonists stir and sip, the soft clinking of utensils punctuating low murmurs of conversation. Every mundane action, opening a food packet, measuring water, stirring a cup, takes on a quiet significance in this alien environment. Some glance toward the windows, pausing to watch the Martian landscape beyond, endless stretches of dust, jagged rock formations, and distant volcanoes standing like silent sentinels. The sky above glows in shades of copper and rose, shifting gradually as the sun climbs higher, casting long, delicate shadows across the red plains. Even in these first hours, a sense of wonder pervades the colony. Colonists exchange brief smiles, subtle nods, moments of quiet connection amidst the routine. The air, filtered and recycled countless times, carries whispers of distant winds outside, faint tremors of shifting dust. In this stillness, there is both fragility and resilience, a reminder that life here is a careful experiment, sustained by technology, courage, and human determination. Each breath, each movement, each shared glance is a testament to the extraordinary world they inhabit, one that is at once harsh, beautiful, and profoundly alive. By mid-morning, the colony comes fully alive. The soft hum of machinery intensifies as solar panels adjust to capture the rising sunlight, pumping energy into the habitat's systems. Colonists disperse into their respective stations, each absorbed in meticulous routines honed over months of adaptation. Engineers move along maintenance corridors, inspecting valves, calibrating sensors, and occasionally pausing to jot notes on digital tablets, their eyes reflecting both concentration and quiet pride. The metallic clang of tools and the subtle hiss of pneumatic systems punctuate the ambient hum, creating a rhythm unique to life on Mars. In the hydroponics bay, a few residents carefully check the rows of leafy greens and tuber plants. Water droplets cling to transparent leaves under artificial LED sunlight, glistening like tiny jewels. Every adjustment matters. A slight imbalance in nutrients, a delayed watering, or a misaligned light spectrum could affect the yield, impacting meals for the entire colony. Yet, amid the routine precision, there's a gentle intimacy. Fingers brushing leaves, careful observation of plant growth, soft murmurs of encouragement between team members. It is labor that nourishes both body and spirit. Meanwhile, the observation deck offers brief moments of reflection. Dust swirls across the endless plains outside, stirred by invisible currents, while shadows of distant cliffs stretch like elongated fingers across the red terrain. Colonists pause, leaning against railings, inhaling filtered air, eyes tracing the rugged horizon. The wind beyond the habitat whispers through fissures in rock formations, a distant sound they can only imagine but feel in every vibration of the module. Back in the common areas, communication stations buzz quietly. Messages from orbiting satellites, remote rovers, and Earth arrive in careful bursts, each update dissected with focus and shared with subtle enthusiasm. A smile, a raised eyebrow, a nod, small human gestures that punctuate the efficiency of the morning. In these hours, the colony hums with coordinated energy, a blend of mechanical precision and human care, each task echoing a larger purpose: survival, discovery, and the quiet affirmation that life here on the Martian frontier is both fragile and remarkably resilient. As the Martian sun climbs higher, some colonists venture beyond the safety of the habitat modules, donning suits designed to withstand the thin, dust-laden atmosphere. Each step on the red, powdery surface sends up tiny clouds that hang suspended for a moment before settling. Their boots leave crisp imprints that will fade slowly under the constant wind, a fleeting record of human presence on this alien world. The airlock hisses behind them, sealing the warmth of the colony away from the chill outside, leaving them in the stillness of the Martian expanse. Rovers hum to life nearby, their wheels crunching across rocky terrain as instruments extend and sensors scan the ground for minerals, ice, and anomalies. Colonists monitor the readings, speaking in clipped, careful tones through headsets, their voices tempered by both concentration and the slight reverb of helmets. Every sample collected, every reading recorded feels weighty. These small acts of research may guide the survival and expansion of the colony for years to come. The landscape beyond is both stark and mesmerizing. Dust-streaked plains stretch toward jagged cliffs, and distant volcanoes rise like sleeping giants, their dark silhouettes etched against the pale sky. A faint wind whispers through the crags, stirring loose soil in patterns that seem almost deliberate. Colonists pause periodically to capture photographs, to note textures and formations, or simply to take in the enormity around them. In these moments, awe mixes with focus, a reminder of how fragile life is here, yet how human curiosity continues to push boundaries. Inside the habitat, lab teams analyze the samples brought in, gloves moving with careful precision, pipettes measuring, microscopes adjusting. The soft clatter of instruments, the low hum of refrigerating units, and the faint electronic beeps of data logging fill the lab. Eyes strain with concentration, yet occasionally widen in wonder as tiny patterns emerge: crystalline structures, subtle mineral veins, traces of water molecules frozen in soil. Every discovery, no matter how small, carries a thrill, a proof that even in this harsh, unforgiving world, life, knowledge, and hope persist. By afternoon, the colony settles into a steady rhythm, a blend of meticulous work and quiet reflection. Inside the habitat, engineers and technicians rotate through maintenance checks, tightening fittings, calibrating sensors, and monitoring the energy grids that keep the modules alive. The subtle hum of machinery is constant, punctuated by the soft click of tools, the hiss of pressure adjustments, and the occasional murmur of colleagues sharing observations or brief encouragements. Each movement is precise, measured, a choreography born of months spent learning the fragile balance between life and the unforgiving Martian environment. In the hydroponics bay, the light shifts over rows of green leaves, casting faint patterns on the gleaming floor. Colonists tend to the plants with careful hands, adjusting nutrient levels and checking for signs of stress. Drops of water cling to leaves, reflecting the red light from the module's panels. The gentle trickle of irrigation and the quiet whir of circulation pumps create a subtle symphony, an artificial soundtrack to this carefully cultivated oasis. Here, the monotony of routine is interlaced with moments of fascination, a seedling's first sprout, the glint of a water droplet, the subtle changes that hint at thriving life. Outside, robotic rovers continue their explorations, rolling steadily across the crimson plains, sending streams of data back to the colony. Dust swirls in eddies across jagged rocks, and distant cliffs cast long, somber shadows as the sun arcs across the sky. From the observation deck, colonists watch silently, breathing filtered air, taking in the vastness and desolation, and yet finding inspiration in the raw beauty of the Martian landscape. Occasionally, laughter or a soft exclamation escapes from inside the lab, a human note cutting through the mechanical hum, a reminder that even in isolation, life here is shared. By late afternoon, brief moments of pause emerge. Colonists exchange small smiles, sip warm drinks, or lean against railings, letting their eyes drift over the endless expanse outside. Every detail, from the glint of sunlight on metal to the soft shadows of rock formations, seems heightened, imbued with significance. Here, in this quiet, disciplined rhythm, the delicate balance of survival, curiosity, and human connection continues, each action a testament to resilience, adaptability, and the subtle poetry of life on a world so unlike Earth, yet strangely, profoundly alive. As the Martian sun dips toward the horizon, the colony bathes in a muted reddish twilight. The light filters through dust-laden air, casting long, soft shadows across the habitat modules and the endless plains beyond. Inside, activity slows. The steady hum of machinery remains, but the clatter of tools and the whir of ventilation quiet, giving way to a calmer rhythm. Colonists move more deliberately now, finishing last checks, logging data, and tidying workstations, their movements deliberate, but softened by the fading light. In the communal spaces, subdued conversations rise and fall. Some sip warm drinks, their hands cupped around insulated mugs, while others share quiet laughter, the sound carrying lightly in the filtered air. The aroma of rehydrated dinners mingles with the faint metallic tang of the habitat, creating a strangely comforting sense of home. A few pause at windows, leaning against the reinforced glass to watch shadows lengthen across jagged cliffs and cratered plains. Dust swirls in slow, graceful patterns, stirred by invisible Martian winds, and the distant volcanoes stand dark against the deepening sky. Within the laboratories, final samples are secured, instruments powered down, and digital records carefully backed up. The soft electronic beeps and clicks of the remaining machinery create a gentle cadence, punctuating the low murmurs of reflection among the scientists. Some colonists write brief notes or sketches, capturing subtle observations or fleeting inspirations. The day's discoveries, whether a tiny crystalline formation, an unexpected soil reading, or a new leaf sprouting in the hydroponics bay, are small triumphs, quietly celebrated in their hearts. As darkness falls, lights inside the colony glow warmly, contrasting with the vast, shadowed wilderness outside. There is a stillness now, a rare pause to simply exist and breathe, to feel the weight and wonder of life on a distant world. Each colonist carries a mix of fatigue and awe, a sense of accomplishment, and a renewed determination for tomorrow. Here, in the quiet moments before rest, the fragile beauty of survival, human connection, and curiosity shines brightest. Mars is vast, harsh, and indifferent, yet within these walls, life continues, tentative, fragile, and profoundly alive.